Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon. It is me, the SilkySkyKitten, again, back with something a little unplanned and unexpected, I will admit. You see, it's garage sale season around where I live, and of course, being somebody like me who likes to find random shit, I went out hunting for stuff. And I came across something a little odd, something that I did not expect to find at all, here in the middle of frickin' Minnesota. A Famiclone, or what I'm fairly certain is a Famiclone. Specifically being the PCSP Plus, Play Computer SP Plus. This is compatibility machine. Let's play game. Everybody gets fun. So, as you can tell, it is some Chinese bootleg console. As I stated, I'm pretty sure it's a Famiclone of some sort, meaning that it's a clone of the Japanese Famicom, aka the Japanese version / sort of predecessor to the NES, the infamous console by Nintendo that we Westerners know of. And the reason I'm fairly certain this is a Famiclone, not only because it says FC right here, which I'm fairly certain would mean Famicom, and the fact that the cartridge looks very similar to what you'd expect a Famicom cartridge to look like. It literally had a Famicom cartridge taped to the front of the box. I'm not joking. It had this thing just taped to the front of the box, and honestly, I have no clue what the heck the game is. Appears to be some sort of Capcom game. I don't believe it's a bootleg game, unless maybe it is a bootleg game. I can't tell. But yes, it literally had this taped to the front of the box, and this is a Famicom cartridge. So yeah. Not sure what the heck this is. But yes, so I checked what they wanted for it. It was actually at a church thing. There was a lot of garage sales, and then the local churches also have little sort of garage sales of their own, where they just have random shit. And yeah, this was sitting there, along with a few other things that I got. But we're focusing on this particularly, because it fascinates me. And apparently they only wanted $5 for this. So I was like, yeah, why not? Okay. Why not? And also, something you might notice is if you watch a lot of Dr. Ashens's videos, you might notice that the box art kind of resembles some of the pop stations and PCP stations he's looked at. At least it does to me. Just thought I'd mention that. And yes, we have the red one here, as indicated by the box. At least I would assume the box on this. It does. Unless maybe it's just red and these little colors are, depending on the color. I don't know. But yes, not sure exactly what console it's trying to ape either. I mean, if you look at the actual console itself that it's, trying to ape, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a 3DO maybe it's trying to ape. Maybe it's a mixture of the Super Famicom, maybe some PlayStation. I mean, the controllers are obviously PlayStation-based. I just have no idea. So, I thought, why don't I give this thing a test on camera, have some fun, do a little unboxing video of sorts. Even though I've already looked at the innards of this thing, because I looked at it while I was at the church place to, make sure that it had everything in it. But yes, let's slip open the box itself. So we've got the little thing itself. This dinky little thing. It's very light, very plasticky. The shell just feels like really cheap plastic. Oh, even one of the controller ports is kind of out of whack already, too. You know your product is quality when you have to literally force one of the controller ports back into its position. And then the cartridge slot is right there. Just lifts up, I guess. And then, it's a very, very cheap piece of plastic. You just got audio, video, and RFA, I guess it says? Huh. And then DC input. Power button, I would assume. Yeah. Reset button. Yeah, power button stays reset. What do we got in here? Oh, I did not notice this. There's more games in here. Star Force? I think I've heard of that. Is that Super Mario Brothers? That's fucking Super Mario Brothers. I actually did not look underneath the console itself. This is... Huh. So... Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be very fun. Ooh. This is gonna be very fun indeed. I literally did not notice that when I first took this apart. This really, what do we got here? It's apparently... some sort of instructions for some games? I'm not sure if these are games that are, built into the console, maybe? Or was it supposed to come with an actual, or was it supposed to come with jump room? That's fucking mappy. That's fucking mappy. Wow, I call it jump room. Box. That's so kabong. Sorry, don't mind me. Yeah, I'm not sure if this was supposed to come. Maybe it comes with games on the console itself, or maybe, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Then, yeah, here we got Power Brick. Appears to have American prongs on it, which is good. 100 VC, DC, 50, 60 hertz. Autofocus, come on. Focus. There we are. Yeah, that should work here. That's good. Let's see, the controllers. Oh god, these are really flimsy plasticky things. Yeah. Seem to be made out of the same exact kind of plastic as the console itself. Very cheap and flimsy. D-pad kind of feels bleh. Got A, B buttons. Not sure if they're in the right positions, and supposedly if I looked on the back of the box... Yeah, the top buttons... This autofocus does not want to work properly. The top buttons are turbo fire buttons. Okay. And something else I noticed is that the control... I actually looked at this earlier. I wanted to see if the controllers were like standard NES controllers, but no, the plugs, they appear to be... Focus properly. Come on. Come on. Focus. Focus anytime. I mean, this is really turning out to be like a Dr. Rations video. Probably about as good as you're gonna get. They appear to be 9-pin. Standard 9-pin controllers. Plugs, at least. So, what I'm curious about is I wonder if you could... Darn it, why don't I keep these out? Gotta dig a little bit. Probably should just edit this out! I haven't said... Oh, yes, here we are. What also uses 9-pin controllers, or, it also uses a 9-pin plug, although it's not, is, this thing. Sega Genesis controllers. So my question is this going to work in that? Actually, I should try and see if it'll fit even. Correct size. Yeah, it fits! I'm not sure. Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very fascinating, folks. Very, very fascinating indeed. And yeah, there's a second controller, of course, because why wouldn't there be? And then you've got this very tiny AV cable. And that's about, oh, it's this... Oh, it's just a little slip of paper that... Can't get it out. A little slip of paper that shows you how to, I guess, plug it in? I don't know. But yes, this silly little thing that I found at a garage sale at a church for $5. It's clearly a Famiclone. So I'm not just going to show it off to you. No, 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 no. We're going to take this puppy, and we're going to hook it up, and we're going to see what happens. So, cue a jump cut. Ah, let's see. Told you, jump cut. So I have myself set up in front of this little Sony Trinitron CRT that I actually also bought today. And I've got the console set off to the side over there on my bed. So we're going to give this a shot, and I'll have to excuse the very awkward position. We're going to input that... Actually, first off, we're just going to power it on, see if it does something without the cartridge stuck in. Yes, it does. Apparently, it actually has games built on the console. So what was that? Jump Room. Jump Room was the one that was basically mappy. No, not Conquer Book. B. This thing audio? It does. I just have it turned down. And I keep dying. Yeah, it's basically a clone of Mappy, but with worse music. And I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, what other games were on here? Conte Energy. What is that? Looks like a Ninja Turtle or something? Ugh, that music is actually kind of painful. I have no idea what this is. Also, these controls are kind of... Oh, it's a fucking Load Runner game. And, yeah, I just killed myself. So, it's basically a Load Runner game. But what appears to be a Ninja Turtle or something. Yeah, it's Load Runner. That's what it is. It's just Load Runner. Okay. So I'm guessing all of these are clones of some sort. Mars. Push start button. Some sort of space shooter, I guess. This joypad is not very pleasant to use. Yeah, it appears to be some sort of space shooter, I guess. And I just died. Reset. Box World. Like I said, I'm very... Sokoban, isn't it? Why is it playing Frere Jacques? Yeah, it's just Sokoban. And once again, I apologize if this video footage looks really shit. I probably fucked this one up, didn't I? I don't care. Reset. And then... Resistant. Not sure what resistant is. Keep forgetting. 1PX3. Oh, it's some sort of really crappy space shooter? Or no, really crappy turret-based shooter? I don't know. Okay. Ass art. No, it's literally yeah, it's literally spelled ass art. ASS art. Oh. So am I supposed to just, like... I have no idea. Okay. Three Eyes Boy. Conqueror. Apparently it's now Conqueror. Whatever that is. Stage 3. Oh, I obviously did not play that correctly. Okay, so you're just supposed to... Yeah, never mind. Tennis. I can only imagine what kind of game that is. Oh god, this music is pretty horrible. It kind of fucked up. I used to... it's... Okay, so... It's a rather difficult tennis game, too. Yeah, never mind that. Please. And then Conquer Rock. What is this? Oh, did I already play this? No, wait a minute. This is the same game. But now you're a baby again, but now you're jumping hoops while riding an orca. Okay. I have nothing to say to that. So we're going to turn this thing off. We're going to put a game in here. First off, what I suspect is Super Mario Bros. 3, which you can barely kind of see. If we can get it in there. It's kind of flimsy. Ugh. The way it makes, the noise it makes is kind of painful. Oh wait, no, that's not Super Mario Bros. 3. Original Super Mario Bros. Yeah, that's Super Mario Bros. All right. Yeah, that's frickin' Super Mario Brothers. Sounds a little off. I don't know, the jump sounds. Maybe that's just because I got headphones on. That could probably be it. Or maybe because it's a clone, so it's not the original hardware. But yeah, that's Super Mario Brothers. That's just Super Mario Brothers. Okay. So yeah, it was just Super Mario Brothers, which I've said several times in a row. Actually, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to restart that game, but what I'm going to do is instead of the controller that comes with it, I'm going to plug in a Sega Genesis controller. Since, like I mentioned, it fits. I'm going to see what happens. I'm very curious to see what happens. See if it'll respond to the thing. Pressing all the buttons. Is the controller all the way in? Yes, it is. Negatory. It does not work with the Sega Genesis controller. Okay, then. Problem solved. Now, also, I'm kind of curious. I doubt this is going to work. That really felt painful. I doubt this is going to work because Famicom cartridges and NES cartridges, which, yes, I have one right here, were not exactly the same size. But I'm still going to try and insert my copy of Bubble Bobble here into this thing and see what it does. If it inserts. It actually seems to... it doesn't want to click in there. It doesn't want to go any further. Yep. As I assumed, NES cartridges are not going to fit inside the thing. So let's try these other games here we have. Let's try the one that was taped to the front of the box. This Capcom one with the knight dude with the beard. No idea what this is going to be. We shall see what it's going to be. If it'll go in there. Oh, it just feels so painful to try and insert the thing. Oh. Oh dear. Okay. I don't think I inserted it correctly. Oh god, this feels painful to rip out. Ugh, Jesus. Feels like I'm gonna tear the cartridge. Feels like I'm just gonna rip the entire console in two. That do it? Oh, that did it. 1986 Capcom. Something. Let's see, what is this? Player 1 ready. Oh, is this... Oh, this is Ghost... I think this is Ghosts and Goblins? Yeah, I think that's what this is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I think this is Ghosts and Goblins. Which is probably not picking up very well on the camera. Once again, I apologize for this. See if we can get the focus. Yeah, it's just not going to pick up very well at all. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Ghosts and Goblins. So that solves what the mystery game was. Come on. Oh god, it's got like a death grip on the cartridges. Ugh. Seriously, it feels like I'm going to rip apart the things. And then now let's try Star Force, which it sounds familiar, but I don't think I've ever actually played. Oh, this is going to be interesting. At least this one didn't require a shit ton of attempts to get it to boot. Well, it does seem to be... I noticed there's a little bit of... Seems to go off the screen a little bit. I wonder if there's a way to... We won't fuck with that now. I'll figure that out later. In fact, weirdly, this looks a lot like the Mars game. I don't know. You know, this doesn't seem so bad. I might actually have to play this a little bit. Give this a proper try. There's a way to... Oh, yep, there's the turbo button. Seems both buttons just do the same thing. They both shoot. Oh, I just died. And then does start do anything? I'm assuming start doesn't really do. Just pause? Oh, start doesn't even pause the game. Yeah, it does. How do I unpause? Oh. There's just a weird delay. Okay. The joypads... You know, the joypad, the D-pad itself is not too horrible. It does feel a little cheap, but it kind of... It does feel a little too easy to, bump the wrong directions, but it's actually not that bad. It's kind of playable. It's kind of usable. The buttons themselves are actually pretty big. Feel pretty... You know, this is actually not... Oh. Oh, I thought that was like a boss or something. Huh. You know, this is... Yeah, this whole console... This... Oh, wait, there's a life. Yeah, this whole, thing is not too bad, to be brutally honest, you know? Oh, I died again. Seems to work pretty okay. I mean, yeah, Ghosts and Goblins took frickin' forever to get working, but, you know, it seems to work pretty nicely. Might have to, well... I mean, I'm sure it's no replacement for an actual Famicom, but works pretty nicely for what it is. So, yeah. So let's cut back to, let's turn on the lights again and cut back to light and stuff, shall we? Yes, we shall. So, that was this thing, what was it again? The PCSP Plus, a Famiclone that... I found for $5 at a church garage sale thingy today. You know, all the cheapness and, you know, the fact that it's a Chinese clone, a thing aside, it's actually a decent little unit. I mean, the thing feels very, very cheap indeed, and obviously is probably not a good replacement for an actual Famicom, but, you know, for somebody like me who doesn't have a Famicom yet, this was actually a pretty decent investment. I mean, at the very least, I have fucking Super Mario Brothers, Ghosts and Goblins, and Star Force now. And it easily gives me a reason to actually, you know, hunt down a Famicom someday. And like I said, the thing feels really cheap and stuff, but the D-pad is not as terrible as it could be. It's not really terrible, and the buttons feel pretty decent, so... For its cheapness aside, it's not too bad of a unit. You know? And especially for $5. Kind of disappointed I can't use Sega Genesis controllers with it, because that would be a much better controller to use, but I guess I can't be surprised there. So yeah, just thought I'd felt like sharing that with you, as well as my, you know, sort of uncut reactions to actually booting this thing up and taking a look how it works and everything. Hope you had fun watching that, and hope you didn't mind the terrible video quality from trying to record a screen due to my lack of a capture card. Maybe I'll pull out maybe if I get a capture card, I'll try recording this thing properly, maybe redoing this video once I, you know, have more games and whatnot. But until then, folks, thanks for watching it as always, and I'll catch you all later.